Okie dokie boys and girls, it is day 348 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and today we have another pull day. Now, I was watching some David Goggins earlier and he was talking about how his training has changed as of late, or as of late in the last couple years, because we all know David Goggins, I think. You know, he used to train very recklessly and he explained it as trying to PR every day. So if he ran a certain distance, he would try to run it faster the next day. If he ran for ultra marathons, he would try to run farther every day. If he was benching, he would try to bench more every day. And basically, you know, the progress would catch up to him and make him injured. And lately he's been changing his training, as he says, into something that's more sustainable, and he's not expecting PRs every day. And I think that's like a very healthy mindset to have, because you know, strength is often not built by PRs, but rather, you know, by the trainings in between, the small trainings that we think of as insignificant, and it's this slow and gradual build-up. So, you know, I think I'm gonna take a bit of the new David Goggins approach today and not PR basically, because I have this, I think we kind of all have the same mindset, right? Where we want to see progress, we want to, you know, beat our scores and our PRs every day. And that's a normal ambition to have, but at the same time, you have to be careful, you know, because if we continue doing that, you know, just like David Goggins, we will end up breaking down our bodies. But, you know, today, I'm not exactly at 100%. You might be able to hear it in my voice. I have a bit of a cold, so it's not like I'm in a situation to try crazy stuff anyway, right? But the most important thing I believe to remember is that no matter what training you are doing, it has meaning, and you're still beating your consistency PR, because, you know, your consistency PR, I like to, like in my case, it's the amount of days I train in a row. It's hundreds of days right now, and the only way I'm going to improve upon it is by, you know, keeping at it, you know, by staying active and training every day. That's how I beat my consistency PR. But no matter how bad the training itself goes, there's still meaning, and I'm still learning new things. So yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of the new David Goggins approach today. I'm gonna do my frontlever workout, but I'm not gonna go for any crazy PRs. I don't think you have to go for crazy PRs every time. And, you know, basically, if you can manage to stop chasing them every day, I feel like there will be way less pressure on your training, and it will start to become more enjoyable as well. But as for today's menu, it's gonna be straight arm frontlever workouts. So I'm gonna start off actually with like a normal hold. Lately I've been doing the raises. I'm gonna do those today as well, but only after I've done a bit of a hold. And you know, I'm actually quite nervous. I always get nervous when I try to do like a bit of a longer hold. I'm gonna go for at least 30 seconds and see how it goes. But yeah, there's only one way to I guess remove the nervousness for next time, and that's to just do what you get nervous for over and over and over again until you get used to it. So let's just get started with a bit of a longer hold here, and then we can move on to the front lever raises. Alright. Whew. That's 30 seconds and it feels fucking hard. Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to curse. My fucking... Okay, so that's it for set number 1. Feeling kinda weak, but it was also to be expected, I guess, because like I mentioned, I still have the cold. But does that mean that there is no meaning to this training? You know, oftentimes when trainings go really bad, we want to ask ourselves, we're asking ourselves, should I just quit right now? You know, because I only have 50% of my power. I can't do anything. I can't do what I'm used to doing, right? Does it even have meaning? And I think yes, it does have meaning. And in some ways, the trainings that are difficult even have more meaning than the normal ones, because you're used to normal. You can do normal. But can you do the trainings that suck? Can you do the trainings that you don't want to do? That's what truly matters as well, you know. So when it comes to training, you have the physical aspect. When all things go well, it's fun and dainty, you know, it's like you hit new PRs, you're getting stronger, it's super fun. But aside from the physical aspect, there's also the mental aspect. And you know, I often feel like, let's say training went great all the time, right? It went great all the time, no obstacles, nothing difficult. Well, then the physical part is gonna be like super good, you know, it's gonna improve and improve and improve and you know, get to insane levels. But the mental part is gonna lag behind because your mind isn't being challenged. Your mind knows a reward is coming, right? It's gonna get stronger, like, or your body is gonna get stronger, and that is the reward. So, you know, in order for the physical and the mind, you know, the mental part to both be trained, we need the good days, but we also need the bad ones. And so I guess today is one of those days. I guess most of the days this week will be one of those days, but that doesn't mean that they don't hold value. In fact, I think they hold a lot of value because, well, if you're training a lot and eating a lot and healthy and sleeping a lot, you won't be sick a lot, you know. There won't be a lot of bad days. So when you do have them, cherish them, you know. I guess that's one way to go about it. But, you know, I'm gonna do 4 more sets of like kind of, you know, presses and raises and holds. And, you know, I'm not gonna go to my max, but I am gonna go like until it burns. Maybe I'll put like a timer to make sure that I do like sets of 25 seconds or something. And yeah, then I think we have a good workout in today. Okay, so it's time for the finisher sits, and usually I would do this with some normal pull-ups, like a different exercise. But the way I look at accessories is you do those when you have the energy for them. So for me, I like to do pull-ups when I have energy left over after my normal front lever workout. But today, I don't have a lot of energy. My lats, they feel tired instantly when I do a sit. And so I don't even have the energy to complete a normal front lever workout. So if I then split up my energy even more amongst different things, you know, I'm gonna have even less energy to recover from this front lever workout. So, you know, it's kind of the eggs in the baskets thing where, you know, if you put all of your eggs in one basket, you're gonna have a lot of eggs in that basket. Your basket is gonna be filled, right? And it basically means that, you know, when it comes to training, if you put everything into one exercise, you're gonna make a lot of gains on that exercise. But if you divide your energy over multiple exercises, you can still make some gains on all of those exercises, but it's gonna be less. And today, I just don't have a lot of eggs to divide over baskets, you know, I don't have a lot of energy. So I choose to focus only on the front lever, because then at least I can grow a little bit there. So what I'm gonna do to finish off here is, well, I need to get some more blood into my lats. I mean, they feel pumped, but they don't feel warm yet. So I'm gonna do a final set, assisted front lever, where basically I do some presses. I'm gonna aim for higher reps, hopefully like 12 or more, and basically, you know, get the blood flowing, get the body warmed up completely before I finish off this workout. And yeah, that's gonna be probably the last set for today. So let's go. Alright, fuck. Not a complete maxing out set, but that's okay. I felt the burn, and I think it's a good stimulus to keep my body basically running and in good shape, because it's like a car, you know. If you don't use your car, it's gonna break down. But if you use your car regularly, you would think, well, because it gets used more, it's gonna break down earlier, but actually you keep the engine running, you keep it smooth, and it actually goes a longer way than when you don't use it at all. So it's the same with your body. You know, sometimes it might feel a bit rusty, but it's better to keep the engine on, even with just a light stimulus. And that's what I did today. Okie dokie, so that's it for today's training. And am I happy with how today's training went? Well, I guess yes and no, you know, because when you have trainings that don't go your way, of course, you're gonna be frustrated. I'm not saying that you should not be frustrated with workouts that don't go to plan. Of course it's frustrating, but also I think that feeling that frustration might just be a good thing, because the frustration you feel today when your workout is not going as you wanted, it's basically, you know, you still loving your training, you still having a passion for your training, you still wanting to train, but not being able to express it in massive sets and massive PRs, right? You just don't have the physical capabilities at this point in time. But the motivation that you're not able to express today in today's workout, it's, you know, it might, whatever the disadvantage is today, it's gonna turn into an advantage the next time when you are recovered. Or, you know, let's say you're injured and you can't train for months. For example, with my shoulder, I couldn't train properly for more than half a year, you know. All of those trainings that I did, you know, and I wasn't able to express how much I wanted to PR, right? All of the pent-up frustration, it turned into a bomb, you know, it just turned into a massive ball of energy and motivation for the training, all of the trainings I've done ever since, right? So the disadvantage you are feeling today, be grateful for them, because, you know, you're gonna keep training. I hope you keep training, right? You should keep training. You're gonna keep training. And then at some point, everything's gonna be fine again. You're gonna be recovered from your sickness. You're gonna be recovered from your injury. You're gonna have time again to train because your exams are over or your work is less busy than usual, right? And you're gonna be able to train again. And, you know, if you shove all of those frustrations aside, you're gonna forget about them, right? You lie to yourself that it's okay. Perhaps it's not okay, you know? Accept that. But all of those pent-up emotions and motivation, you know, they're gonna turn into an advantage once you are able to start training again. And that's something super powerful, so make use of it, you know. Be grateful that you're experiencing the bitterness today. You know, by all means, take it up, you know, don't ignore it. Take it up and enjoy it, right? Because you're gonna be able to use it. The more you feel it today, the more you're gonna be able to use it in the future to fuel your trainings. But, you know, that's why, you know, it's a bit of a, not a black and white, but like it's a bit of both sides, you know, today. Yes, I am frustrated that I wasn't able to do, you know, a normal front lever training. I was frustrated that 30 seconds of front lever felt hard, but at the same time, I'm happy that I trained anyway, and that I was able to feel the frustration, because next time, I'm just gonna be that much more excited to train. I'm even excited right now, you might be able to hear it, for the next time that I'm gonna be able to train front lever. Because I know that, you know, I'm gonna be feeling better, you know, I'm gonna have recovered from the cold, hopefully, right? And if not, then it's for the time after that, but at some point, I'm gonna be back in shape, and I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be able to spend all of this energy that I have in my mind right now, but not in my body. So yeah, let's go. In order to do so, you have to recover. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna head downstairs, have some dinner, go to bed early, and well, I'll see you tomorrow for a leg day.